Convention, Melbourne, Australia, 2012. What number convention is this? Is this the 10th one? It's freaking crazy. That means that I've spoken at 8. The first convention that I spoke at was 2008, but the first convention that was ever held was actually in Orlando, Florida, and this kid put it together. And it's totally fucking crazy. He got some of the best speakers in the world in terms of personal development and stuff that he was interested in, that matched his ideals. Personal development, better skills with women, and trying to be a better man. And through the template and through the vision of a 17-year-old kid, that's pretty crazy. And the formation of that, renting the rooms, orchestrating the speakers and the production of it. Later in 2008, when I came on board, it was already a professional act. You know, it had amazing technical crew. The caliber of speakers was even better than it was the year before. And ever since then, I've seen it grow. But what makes that grow, and what I was saying is, all the speakers up here, we have our own individual message. We have our own things that we want to say and share, and what we think and value is important to us. However, that is all through the filter of one guy, you know, who started this off when he was a kid, and still to this day, you might even say he's kind of a kid, but he's done so much with his life. He's a role model for what you guys can all do with what your idea is right now, what you guys think is important and want to manifest into a dream. That guy is Anthony Johnson. He's doing his first speech of this convention, which is really cool, and opening up the day. I hope you guys have already realized this convention can change your life, because this guy has proven to me that anything is possible. Anthony, come on.
Thanks, man.
Yes, sir. Good. Hugs. Let's do it.
Thanks, sir. Thank you, Steve. Morning, guys. I got a good morning or? Morning. Thank you. Thanks for showing up nice and early. I know Sunday morning's the toughest. That's why it starts the latest, because it's just, you guys go out at night, you're tired, you eat a lot of food, a lot of curry last night. Oh, God. Anyway, the title of my speech today is An Introduction to the Psychology of Romantic Love. It's a topic I have never covered before at this convention or anywhere else as far as speaking. I've done a little bit on my blog and writing, but nothing as far as speaking. And this topic is somewhat unusual for me to cover, because usually at this convention I cover the convention itself, the direction I want to take it, the ideal man, health, fitness, nutrition, exercise, topics that are not psychology, romantic love, conceptual, deeply conceptual, things like that. So this is new, but I'm excited to present it to you because it is based on a book, as you can see at the bottom here, that is one of my top 3 favorite books of all time. My favorite books of all time that have impacted me the deepest, the most profoundly, are The Psychology of Romantic Love, as you guys will see here, The Fountainhead, and Body by Science. So this book, as we'll get to in a second here, is just huge and completely underrated to a degree that I can't even put into words. So this is the book. Actually, if Steve, can you go to the top there? I have the book with me. Thanks. Oops. This here is a copy of the book, a picture. It was originally published in 1980. It was updated and expanded in 2007, and as of this presentation, the author, Nathaniel Brendan, is still alive, although from what I understand, his health isn't that great, so unfortunately, I don't know how much longer that'll be the case, which is very sad. Oh, sweet. This is also the physical book. It's my first copy. I read through it in a day and a half. It's pretty quick. It's not super big, but it's big enough. Moving on. The introduction will be through exploration. So we're going to, as one of the speakers at the convention once put it about exercise, we're going to explore these ideas. I say explore because these ideas are going to be, well, in general at this convention, there's nothing that's not controversial. Everything at this convention, every speaker, every idea is entirely against conventional wisdom, against the grain, and it's not heard almost anywhere else. This is no exception, except I would say that in particular, it will even be controversial in this room. So kind of in and of the 21 convention, even more so than usual. Anyway, exploration through introduction, or introduction through exploration, excuse me. We're going to explore what romantic love is not first, followed by what romantic love is, and then we're going to cover my top 10 myths of romantic love that are, in a way, inferred from the book, from the author, from his ideas. And yeah, it's important to note that the majority of this presentation consists of ideas that I have inferred, so I don't represent the author. I am not the author, obviously, and I don't represent him officially in any capacity. Just a huge fan, and I think I have a pretty good understanding of the book and the ideas within. And if there is a direct quote from the book, I'll put that in quotes, and you'll see his name next to it. That's how you can know that it's officially from him. Let's switch here. What romantic love is not. Romantic love is not a literary invention, an adolescent fantasy, an unattainable dream, an irrational pursuit, a temporary neurosis, a false hope, a fleeting emotion, or an immature ideal. One of my favorite quotes from the author Nathaniel Branden is the opening passage of the book, before you even get into a chapter. And it's that, above all, romantic love is not for children, not in the physical sense, and not in the psychological sense. What he means, and what I mean when I put that up there, that's a paraphrase, is that, much like Steve mentioned at the introduction of the speech, a person can have, that he implied, a person can have a physical age that's very obvious, or not so obvious in some cases. I look much older than I am. I guess because I grew up in Florida, I have like little crow's feet. So you have a physical age, but you also have a psychological age. And as Steve implied or hinted at, I'm young, I'm 24, but most of you would say that I look and then I talk and I come across as much older than that. And that's because for the past 6 years of this convention, I've traveled all over the world and I have packed like decades of experience into a few years. So for those of you that might have met me and thought I was older, that I was close to 30 or something, or who knows, that's not the case. And that's because, at least I feel, within myself as I experience my life, I feel much older than I physically am, which is just 24. Still a youngin'. But this is important for romantic love because